Hello and welcome to another episode of the Winning with Shopify podcast. It's Tuesday, which can mean only one thing. It's time for our Tuesday tea break talks. We're going to be enjoying a nice cup of tea. I'm going to introduce the tea in a second. Lorna from the Bean Shop, although it says tea shop on the side of the tea packets, but Lorna from Bean Shop sent me a whole range of teas I'm going to be trying over the next couple of months. So thank you, Lorna, and thank you for everybody for tuning into these. These are quite fun. If you've never listened to one of these before, I've looked down a lot because I've actually got notes for once. Normally we just have a nice chat, but I've got notes that I have to run through. We're going to talk about the tea. We've got some good quotes over the week about e-commerce. We've got some Shopify news. We don't have partner news. Why are you telling me that, Nick? Well, we normally do, but we don't have any partner news this week. We've got some learnings from the agency, and we've got a thing called Quivia, which is a question about a piece of trivia, which is all quite fun. But without further ado, whilst I'm pouring, I've got loose leaf. If you're watching this, we got these world famous, they're not really, Winning with Shopify mugs, which I had printed cheaply on the interwebs. And we've got some loose leaf tea. The tea is in there. It's been brewing. I brewed it to 80 degrees. It tends to be the best for tea to get the most flavour out of it. I don't actually know what I'm doing. This is all written in my notes. Although I did brew it to that temperature. The winter tea, this one's called. Winter tea is from the tea shop, and it offers multiple benefits, including boosting circulation and warmth, support the immune system, love this, with antioxidants and vitamin C, and aid digestion through the soothing spices. It is very spicy, as in not hot, as in like it's going to burn my mouth, but there's a lot of spices, like a kind of cinnamon vibe I'm getting from that, a kind of pumpkin winter spice like you would in a nice coffee. Antioxidant protection, it relieves sore throats and congestion, which I've got. So tune in next week to see if I'm still alive, see if it's worked. And promote relaxation and mood balance and maintain hydration during cold weather. It's freezing in the UK today. I say freezing. I'm an absolute wimp. I live down in the south. It must be about 7 or 8 degrees Celsius today in Fahrenheit, like a million or something. I don't know what the Fahrenheit equivalent is. But anyway, we're going to dive in. I'm going to try this tea quickly. It does smell very spicy. It's almost like a kind of mulled wine type vibe. You know when you get mulled wine and you put cinnamon sticks and orange and stuff in? Very nice. Anyone who's just listening to this is going, I'm literally listening to a man tasting tea on audio only. What is my life become? Anyway, let's jump in. So, quote of the week. We've got 3 quotes. They're all about Black Friday. 2 are about Black Friday, one's not. And these are coming from my team. Liv and Millie have put these together this week. Daisy is taking a much needed holiday for the next few days. You can't go into Black Friday and put 15% off, 20% off and expect to do well. Make sure your offer is compelling no matter what. It's a lesson for all of us. How many brands are like, the finance director said we could do 10%. It's like there's a whole psychology of marketing. Have a real think about those offers. The second quote is Black Friday. I love this one. Black Friday, the day we all become professional shoppers. I love that. I don't know about you. I have a bit of a shopping list every year, and the last 3 or 4 years I've been a bit disappointed, to be honest, with the discounts we've got. I remember when Black Friday first became a big thing in the UK and we were getting 60, 70% off things, whereas now it's like 10 or 20, which feels a lot more reasonable. And the third quote is, your platform is only as good as the story it helps you tell. Every customer journey on Shopify is a chapter in your brand's book. Love that. Telling stories through marketing is really, really important. I don't know if you have it in every country as well. Just on the side note of telling stories, every year the UK, I think it's the Telegraph newspaper here, does a top 10 TV adverts. And they've been getting more and more emotive and passionate the last few years. I say last sort of 5 to 10 years. John Lewis always featured quite high on them and amongst their other brands. And a couple of our clients got in over the last few years, which is fun. Right, so Shopify news. What's been going on? Duplicate user groups to speed up setup. And the description says you can now duplicate user groups in one click on the Plus plan only. Sorry, non-Plus planners. If you're thinking about upgrading to Plus, I'll tell you about that in a minute. Let's finish the description first. I'm so sidetracked at the moment. It's nearly Christmas. I need a break. So yeah, you can now duplicate user groups with one click on the Plus plan only. All roles and store assignments copy over automatically, so you don't have to rebuild similar groups from scratch. That's quite useful. But on the Plus plan, I've had a few people reach out, and I think I actually said this last week or a couple of weeks ago. If you're on the standard plan and thinking of upgrading to Plus, and you look at it and go, beyond the financial benefits of the upgrade, what are the actual benefits to me? And I keep saying back to people like, well, if that's the only benefit, we'll crack on and do it. It saves you money. You're a business. You're an e-commerce store. Cash is king. Save some cash by paying a slightly higher fee for the platform each month into Plus, but then you save on each transaction, which should actually make you a profit when you reach the right point. So in your business plan, work out at what point are we going to cross that threshold. Really, really important. Next one, Capital Flex is now live in the US. Eligible US merchants can access Capital Flex, continuous access to working at Capital, so you can unlock some cash of stuff that's not even sold yet. We've actually had Shopify on the show. I'm trying to think. I think I recorded it in my old house. So it would have been 2020 because it would have been during COVID when I was at home recording one of these. And we were talking about this kind of thing with a lady called Tui. She's no longer at Shopify, but we spoke about a very similar thing. But there's a new thing called Capital Flex in the US. So you can access working capital, borrow what you need when you need it, up to your limit. As you repay, your available funds replenish as well. So if you're predicting a big Black Friday, or you're doing a big push of something, or you can do a big sale and you know we're starting to make profit on that sale, you can access cash. It might be instantaneous. It says continue access to working capital, but it's worth getting that even if you're not going to use it. I always say in business, the more capital you've got access to, the more money you can spend when you need to spend it, when you know you're going to make it back. Or if a big bill comes up and you think we just need to swallow that somehow, the working capital's there, you can use it. I don't know if Shopify can be used for that specifically, but yeah, have a look into it. Yeah, it's called Capital Flex. It's US only. Sorry, everybody over here on the little island of the UK. Another sip of tea. It's at the perfect temperature. Got to enjoy the right temperature. You can pay US suppliers instantly with same-day ACH from Shopify Balance. I think Shopify Balance is what we were talking about on the show years ago. I have so many guests on here, it's quite hard to remember what was going on. But I remember Tui and I, we spoke about something very similar. We can access cash. They introduced same-day ACH for Shopify Balance users in the US only again. But again, US tends to be the first place most changes are rolled out across lots of tech platforms. So expect it to go worldwide once it's been tweaked and it's working well, making it faster to pay suppliers and partners on the same business day, which is quite useful, especially if you're ordering products. That's probably somewhere where they'll say, we're not going to dispatch your new stock until you have paid. So being able to pay them quickly just saves time waiting 3, 5, 10 days when you've already run out of stock and you're trying to replenish it. Or you could talk to our partner inventory planner to avoid that happening in the first place by better planning for your inventory. Next one, there's loads this week. Cash checks on the go with Shopify Balance. Merchants can now snap photos of paper checks. I'm going to make a comment about this in a minute. And cash them directly into their Shopify Balance account, which is pretty cool. So Shopify Balance account is basically working like a bank account. What I find hilarious is both the spelling of checks, because this is American, you call it CKS. Sorry, we spell check CHEQUES. And we wrote the language first. It's the English language. So it's funny how much you guys have changed stuff. It's also funny that you use checks. I think I've received one in the last 5 years, and that was a refund from an energy company when I moved house. They owed me some money because I had a credit on my electricity account, and they sent me some money. It's funny you guys still use checks. We're so digital here in the UK now. 2 more. New collection duplication. Oh my gosh, Shopify. Why is this taking so long? Duplicate any collection to reuse the settings, the products, and conditions to run recurring campaigns and test the merchandising faster. Oh my gosh, we make so many collections when we're doing SEO, and I'm so glad we can click a button now and duplicate that. We run lots of things. For example, if we made a collection that was of a very niche filter down to a certain niche type of product, and say we wanted a collection for each of the colors, and there were 8 colors, the moment we have to create a new collection and then put all of the criteria in again, or use something like Matrixify to download and upload it, it's a bit of a faff. Just clicking duplicate and going, that one was red, let's change red to blue and use the tag for blue products. Bosh, done. Nice and quick. So thank you, Shopify. That is finally available, which is good. And November 4th as well, they also announced exclude products by tag in smart collections. It used to be that you could only include products with tags. You can now exclude them as well. So tag is not equal to condition. Again, thank you. We make so many collections in SEO. This is super useful. Carrying on the thread about SEO, we are into the agency learnings and updates. I'm going to start with SEO. SEO is always second on my list on my notes. But I'm going to start with that because Liv and Millie are in the SEO team. Daisy's in the PPC team, which might be why Daisy put it first, but we'll let her off. So on SEO, something everybody needs to go and do for ChatGPT and AI bots, definitely implement Bing's what's called Index Now. So go on Google, go on Bing. You search on either search engine. It's just so, as much as I do endorse Bing, and I think Bing's a fantastic platform, we spend a lot of money on it. We probably spend more on it as a percentage of spend than most agencies, almost any agency in the world. But I just think in my head, like, let's go Google it. Let's go Bing it. Why don't we Bing it? So you can use this thing called Index Now. It's ChatGPT uses a lot of Bing signals. Bing and ChatGPT or OpenAI are very much in bed with each other in terms of integrations and how they work and some of the information that gets passed. So Index Now is a feature that allows you to allows instant indexing post-site update. So when you update your site, bang, go and update this page now and index it on AI. One of the biggest questions, of course, we get asked in SEO pitch at the moment is like, what about AI? Are you thinking about our AI structure and how are we going to be on all the AI bots and people are looking for products or services? So we're doing lots with this. It is flagged as a high severity issue in Bing webmaster tools when you don't implement it. So it is super important. And the thing we don't know at the moment is a question that we're going to try and answer over the next few weeks and months as we keep playing with these things. Again, it's a very new feature. Could adding it increase Bing visibility and therefore ChatGPT visibility? We're testing it on all of our clients at the moment. We've rolled it out because it's very, very quick and easy to do. But if it has an uplift, we want to be there. All right, this is a good one then from the PPC team. I believe this will be Elliot based on the subject matter. So thank you, Elliot. We noticed that the main campaign for one of our clients wasn't performing very well. And that is because bundled products, you can buy one individual product, you can buy it in a pack. The packs themselves, the bundled products, were lagging for a few weeks. So we watch things every day in the agency here to look for trends. Is this like, okay, we just had 3 or 4 bad days and it suddenly improves? That's very normal. Things just go up and down. The less you're spending, the less percentage of the time you appear that you could. Therefore, you're going to find lower performance. I'll repeat that again. The percentage, if you imagine, it's called impression share. So for the 100% of the time you could appear, if you're on a low budget and you're only appearing for, say, 5 or 10% of the time, say it's 10%, to keep it simple, then there's only a 1 in 10 chance you're going to appear in front of each of the customers that's looking versus the other 9 that aren't looking, if that was the percentage. So again, the more you spend, the more data you're going to get, the quicker you can refine. But in this particular one, bundles, cases, packs weren't performing as well. They were lagging back for a few weeks in this situation. So like, right, it's been a week or 2. We need to do something about this now because it's affecting overall performance. And it wasn't just a bad week. It's actually started to get much worse. So to fix it, we've split packs into their own campaign and separated out the individual products by their colors. By splitting them out by color, it's a lot of work to do this. There are ways we do it a little bit quicker, but it's a lot of work to do this, but the change has made a massive difference. The packs and bundles have started performing much better. We've gained more control now that we've got more campaigns, so we can shuffle budgets literally day by day or week by week or every few days as campaigns are. If one's got a higher ROI and it's outperforming its target, we start spending a bit more in there. That hands-on approach has helped this business sort of turn around just in time for Black Friday and peak as well, which is fantastic. We've now got more budget focused on the cases and packs, have a higher average order value, less on the individual items. The individual items used to have a higher ROAS, not anymore. Right, guys, it is time for Quivia. I'm going to ask, we've actually got 2 this week. Liv is spoiling us. I think she's just trying to outdo Daisy because I know Liv really wants to do these. And I know Millie's chipped into these things as well. So thank you, Liv and Millie. These are from you guys. True or false? Black Friday is always on the last Friday of November. True or false? Quick sip of tea. Discuss with anyone near you or just talk out loud in whatever environment you're in right now. And the answer is false. It is always the day after Thanksgiving. I think you guys in the US are like, come on, Nick. You must, I won't do an American accent. You must know this is what you're probably all thinking. But most of us here in the UK and outside of the US, yes, there are more countries shopping online than just America at the moment. But outside the US, like Thanksgiving is certainly not as widely celebrated for obvious reasons because it's a US holiday. So we probably don't know that. And then the last Quivia, just before we say a very sorrow goodbye ahead of Friday's episode. What is the expected amount of money that the UK will spend over Black Friday this year? So UK stat, one for the US, one for the UK. What is the expected amount of money that UK will spend over Black Friday this year? Oh, this tea's delicious. This is definitely going to my top teas. I'll have to get more of this one. The answer is £14 billion. £14 billion over Black Friday this year. Thank you for listening, everybody. It's been great having you all here. And I hope you have an amazing rest of the week. And we'll see you again on Friday. If you've not tuned in before, hit subscribe, leave us a review. If you haven't done those 2 things, go and do those 2 things. And on Friday, we'll have a full episode. These are little mini ones on Tuesdays, but we'll have a full episode on Friday as well. And a massive shout out to our Spotify audience. You guys are growing. And also a few of you have reached out for our help as well, which is how I know Spotify started working for us, which is amazing because we've been working really, really hard to get our Spotify views up. So yeah, if you haven't already, leave us a comment on Spotify in the description below. Elliot's keeping an eye on those and so is Byron. So those guys get back to you very, very shortly. Thanks so much for tuning in. Back again on Friday.